Here we got to look at DeMar DeRozan, Paul George, and we're just going to discuss how I feel about everything that's going on. You see, we got some IT in here, and I'm going to be talking about ratings that I see them having, you know. So, let's get straight to it. So, here we have Dwight Howard's rating, 81. For me, that's a little low. I think Dwight Howard should be at least the 84. He's a great defensive player. Nick Young, 74. Now, I like Swaggy P, but I think that's a little too high. I think about a 71 or a 72 would be fine. Steph and Durant obviously both pulling over 90s, and we'll talk about why in a second. Here's what I want to talk about. Markelle Fultz and Lonzo Ball. Both 80 overalls, and here's my problem. I see Markelle Fultz as a much more developed player. He showed out in the summer league, but Lonzo definitely did his thing. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Ball family, but my respect goes out to Lonzo. Him dealing with his father and how his father acts is crazy, and he still just tries to focus on basketball. You can see that first game in the summer league got to him, but he didn't try to let it hold it back. But definitely Markelle Fultz and Lonzo should have had higher ratings, but even if it's just a 1.2 point difference, Markelle Fultz should have came out on top. Back to Nick Young. Nick Young he hasn't been as consistent as he needs to be in these past few years. He is a great player, great playmaker. I say he's a great teammate on and off the court. You can see him getting Julius Randle excited, Brandon Ingram. You can see him getting all these people excited, but my problem with him is I think he's a perfect fit for Golden State. He relies on that three a little too much, and it's just not as consistent as it should be. If you're going to stay out on that three-point line, you've got to be a lights-out shooter like Curry. From the games that I watched with the Lakers, his decision-making to shoot, his basketball IQ is a little too low for me from where he is as a player. And, I expect more from him as for some point in time, he was the man for the Lakers. He was hitting those clutch shots. He was hitting the shots that seemed, kind of impossible. And then I guess he let it go to his head and it started to just go down. And on the topic of Dwight Howard, yeah, he's old now. He's been traded too much. He got traded away from his home team. But I don't think his overall should go down because of that. While in the Hawks, that man was amazing. Block after block after block. He was even putting up shots. I think the problem with his thing is his whole game, it's nothing wrong with him. His IQ's great. He knows when to shoot. He knows when to pass. I just think he could work on that athleticism. You don't want to see a big man down in the post and not able to really do much except for dunk. You want to see some, you want to see some spin shots, some shimmies, some fake. Now, I want to see a big man hit him with a good hop step or a sky hook, cream it up, man. I want to see you doing great things with the ball when it's in your hand. Sorry, guys. But, on to other topics. Ratings that I'm going to talk about Stephen Curry and KD last because I feel like, there's a lot to talk about with them. I even feel like in 2K18, my team should actually be a dynamic duo because they work great as a team. But we're going to get on that later. Isaiah Thomas. Me personally, I don't care what anybody else says. He should be sitting at least a 94, the 93 to 95 overall range. And that 94 is a perfect mix. Great defensive player. He's not scared to go up with you. He doesn't care. You could be 6'7", and if he switched up on you, he will guard you. Fantastic finisher around the rim. Honestly, I say he's a little better finisher around that rim than Kyrie, Steph Curry, and D Rose in his prime. Even though he doesn't have the height of some of these players, he can make you feel like you're going against a giant there because he can hang in the air just long enough to do these moves that will wow you. When I saw him do that Rondo ball fake and have the opposing teammate look foolish completely, I was like, man, that's just crazy. He should be at least a 94. He has consistent dribble moves. The only problem with Isaiah Thomas is I don't like the way he spaces the floor. No matter what lineup you play with him, he spaces it as a small ball type of lineup. You'll see him run to the corner, run up top, slash his way inside. That's how you kind of play when you want to run that super small ball. You know, you want your shooters on the outside, you want your bigs on the inside so that you could work up space to cut. I think IT really needs to start trying to fool his defenders because you have some bigs that can shoot on that team, and you see Al Horford standing at the three. I want to see Isaiah kind of look like he's gonna set up in the paint and then fake him the other way because he's so fast. He can get that pass right. Whoever's guarding Horford, I need him to be close to Horford because whoever's guarding Horford, trust me, if they see him do a move like that, they're not gonna leave him open. That is a deadly shooter. You're gonna see somebody jump over to him, kick the pass to Horford. Horford is a spot-on shooter, at least an 87. Because Horford is great, but he has even more potential, and so does IT. I say that he's a great player, but I just want to see some different type of lineups. I watch almost every Celtics game, and I've only seen him do this approach once or twice, and almost every single time, the shooter disrespected him, and he shot, and you know what happened? Swish. IT is a perfect man to do that with, because pairing him with Al Horford, it's a deadly combination of two shooters you don't want to see. Plus, if you get that man switching off of him, IT cuts to the paint, he's blowing right past him. Those moves are crazy. Now let's talk about Damian Lillard. Dame Lil, some people like to call him. Well, I say Damian Lillard, personally, I say about 89 to 91. He's a great, solid player, good shooter. He likes to spot up and shoot. That clutch shot is incredible. I can't tell you how many times I was sitting up watching a late game and Damian Lillard will pull the freaking rabbit out of the hat with that game-winning shot. I just look at this man so calm and composed when he hits it. You know, he plays like he's the only player on the court. He has the potential to be a Kobe-like player. Nobody's going to phase him out there. He's just going to keep doing his thing. But for Damian Lillard, the reason why I think that he should be that 89 to 91 area is because, you know, let's be honest, man. That mid-range is sweet. The three, it lacks sometimes. You know, he hits it, he doesn't hit it. But my main thing for him is he's not the slasher, you know, that he should be at his height. You know, he doesn't completely stand over Curry. What he's like 6'4", 6'5", he's around there, I think. But, you know, when I see him play, I see the way he looks at these other point guards, even if it's just an inch or so, he looks like he towers over them. He needs to be slashing with these smaller point guards on him. Like, in my opinion, Damian Lillard should not be sparing these guys because we've seen what he do to he does this to big men on the daily basis when he goes out there and plays. And he has them looking foolish and downright stupid. He has things to work on with his game, but it's nothing major. You know, he just needs to get in that mindset that nobody can hold him down there in the paint. Because let's be honest, if you put one of these smaller point guards on him, Tyler Ills, he will not be able to hold him. It's just a given fact. They won't be able to do much down in the paint with him. Come on. That's a bully. It wouldn't be fair. Now let's talk about Paul George. Paul George, I think he made a great move, even if it wasn't his decision on going to OKC. I see a great potential in future there. But let's get one thing straight, okay? He is not a replacement for KD. Paul George, man, if I ever meet him, I'll shake his hand, you know, try to get an autograph. But he's not the replacement that they're looking for KD. Yeah, he could shoot. He can pass. He can slash, he can block, he can get steals, he can get rebounds. But my thing is sometimes, especially with the Pacers, I'll see how he is in OKC, but unlike KD's problem in OKC was he shared the ball too much. Now his problem in Golden State is he doesn't share the ball enough. They don't like hero ball there. And he just wants to be that hero for a team. But back to Paul George. Paul George loves to be that hero. But in OKC, it's all about steady ball movement. We have people like Roberson trying to shoot, trying to get in the paint, trying to make lanes. It's all about ball movement. Because if you give Roberson the ball in his hand, he's not going to do as much work as you think he would. He's a fantastic player, but he's not a spot-on player. He needs to be fed the ball. He's more of a catch-and-shoot person in my eyes. So Paul George really needs to work on that sense of, I can trust my teammates because they'll help me get to this W. In Indiana, let's be real. Stevenson, really? Help? Really? No. He was the team. Okay? I'll say that one more time. He was the team. Just like Russ is OKC. It's Oklahoma Westbrooks now. Okay, let's be real. But with Paul George here, it has an added effect of, bringing that sense of to the team, we could do this. We have superstar talent in two different people. But the thing is, can you develop relationships that you feel like you should stay for more than 1 year? I love Paul G on OKC, OKC was at one point my favorite team, right up there with the Celtics. I'm a huge Ray Allen fan, and I can see them developing a Boston-like team back in the golden days. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rondo, Allen, and big man don't really matter because let's be honest, nobody knows the big man from then. I don't remember his name, but I know he was not as important because big mans come and go. That's kind of why they're doing Dwight Howard like this. It's hard to be a big man. Injuries kill you as a big man. But they can develop that team. They have more athleticism than Rondo at the point. They got rid of Victor Oladipo, and he could have developed that shooting that he desperately was needing. And you saw in the last season, he was shooting. In some games, he was lights out. I was like, that can't be Oladipo. That same little slasher I saw back in the Mavericks. That's not him. But now, it's crazy because they got rid of him so quickly. And they already had something going. They got rid of Payne. They got rid of the star pieces that they needed. Trying to make moves. Crazy. But, yeah. To me, they overlooked so many possible choices, guys. So, that's my rating on Paul George. That 91, 92 area. He has a little bit of problems, but he can fix them. DeMar DeRozan. Definitely a towering point guard. He's great. He can finish in the clutch. He can shoot. He can slash. He can steal. Defense is a key for him. Now, honestly, I don't like DeRozan like that. But I'm telling you, he's one of the best players who's going to be out there on that floor. It's too bad sometimes he has to run that 2 spot because at a point guard position, he would dominate. Let Lowry take over at shooting guard. I swear these shooting guards can't keep up with him. Clay is slow. They would easily defend against the Warriors if they had the right pieces. So, DeRozan, 93, 94. Great player, great guy. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of DeRozan. I don't like the I don't like the Raptors that much. He is an essential piece to their success. I would love to see them successful. I would love to see him successful. He's a great player. He needs to develop that mindset that he can take on whoever he wants, just like Isaiah Thomas. Now, I'm going to talk about Curry and Durant in just a second. But one one of the teams I say look out for, and some people may disagree with me because they haven't been making the moves they need to this summer, but the Spurs are absolutely one of the teams you don't want to miss, especially if they sign that essential needed piece and a backup small forward who can play defense and offense. They need another two-way superstar on their team. They need to make moves so they can get a rookie who they can develop into another Kawhi type player, because they would destroy Golden State if they had that backup. LaMarcus Aldridge is not that backup. The pieces they have is perfect for a superstar potential team again. Note that I say again because they will always be superstar potential as long as they keep Kawhi. Patty Mills. Patty has been draining shots like it's nothing. Whether he stays there or not, we'll see. Simmons is great. He's a great backup player. He's great on defense. He's great on offense. He cooked Curry in their first meetup. Y'all saw that block off the backboard? Because I saw that block off the backboard. Curry was looking like barbecue chicken in the paint. So they need that backup small forward, and I swear on everything, if they can get another Kawhi type player developed, or maybe even a more defensive or maybe even more offensive minded player, they will be unstoppable. They can hold LeBron. You know why Kawhi can hold LeBron? Because LeBron is too simplistic in what he does. He wants to get to the paint. If he can't get to the paint, he's going to shoot. If he can't shoot, he's going to pass. If he can't pass, well, that's a whole different story. Then he gets crafty. So you want to cut off everything to him. Leave him a pass. Because as soon as he gets that pass off, he's going to try to run off some weak-ass, boo-boo-ass, shitty-ass screen. You know what you're going to do to that screen? You're going to say, fuck that screen. And you're going to make it seem like you ran into it. So when he runs in that paint, you give him a taste of his own medicine. Because that backboard is in sights. You can stop LeBron easily if you cut off his resources and make him seem like he's won. It's been done before when he was with the Heat. Now nobody knows what to do because he has a couple championships on his side. And he seems like he has that mindset in control. LeBron is a great player. He has so much more potential, but his time is over. Durant has been locking him up, showing him what it does. Now think of this. Had that been Kawhi instead of Durant in that position, there would not have been 5 games. It would have been a clean 4-0 sweep. LeBron's career would be done. You know why? Because Curry can't guard Patty or Tony. Ginobili has Clay in the bag. Bitch, I'm Ginobili. I'm not, but he definitely is. You see what he did to James Harden? James Harden thought that shot was easy. And trust me, for James Harden, that is the easiest shot he could take. But Ginobili, y'all say he's an old man. Y'all say he's washed up. He needs to retire. Fuck you. Ginobili is still the motherfucking player, dude. Ginobili has it in the bag. So, let's talk about Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. I don't usually talk about my team, but on my team, they need a dynamic duo. Why they need a dynamic duo is because they are great teammates together. They do their thing. You know, they get everything done together. They got the lobs on lock. I mean, it's crazy. The dynamic duo couldn't be better. Clay, I'm sorry, but he's not cutting it. He's on a superstar team, and he's not doing shit. He's out here looking like Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith. He's not hooping. He is not hooping. And he needs to stop. But that's not what we're talking about. I feel like their ratings are perfectly fine. Maybe lower on KD. KD is a great player. He's not the GOAT, but he's a great player. And this is his era of basketball now. The NBA is in his hands now. Was it a snake move? Yes. Did LeBron make a snake move? Yes. Did D-Rose just make a snake move? Yes. Is Melo trying to make a snake move? Yes. Is CP3 trying to make a snake move? Yes. They make snake moves because snake moves are what build your franchise. When you have people hating on you, that's when you show out. And KD showed us that. He got a championship. Who did it? KD. I don't care what you say. Steph was hooping. Clay was not hooping. Draymond, JaVale McGee, no. I like him because he's funny and he's always on Shaq and the Fool. He makes me laugh because he's stupid with how he plays. If you can't catch a lob as a big man, you don't need to be a big man anymore. You don't need to play basketball. You need to go to training camp because you're not doing something right. You need to be in the gym 24/8, okay? 24/8 because you're not doing enough. JaVale McGee is a foolish player. So many foolish turnovers because he thinks that he is the greatest player of all time. He needs to stop. What is Zaza doing? Hurting people? Zaza's game plan is simple. Hurt who he can't guard. Y'all may not think, y'all be like, oh, yeah, that's fake. That's not true. Shut up. It's definitely true. We need to focus more on what really matters. These two players here on the screen are great players. They have a lot of flaws, but they are great players. So, Golden State is going to be making these moves next year, adding Nick Young. How can you handle Golden State next year? It's simple. Have a better team. Minnesota Timberwolves. In my eyes, they're going to be there. They're going to be a great team. Lakers, with this new Lonzo era, LeBron might be going, PG might be going. They're going to have a definitely good team. Houston have a good team going for them right now. OKC has a good team going for them right now. 76ers have a great team going for them right now. The Warriors are beatable. Very beatable. But you have to have the right pieces and make the right moves. It's like a game of chess that you're playing over 82 games plus the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. When you play chess the wrong way, you can always bring it back. You see a lot of teams doing that now. Look at the 76ers. They made an amazing, outstanding team. Minnesota Timberwolves. They shouldn't have got rid of Zach LaVine. Bulls shouldn't have got rid of Taj Gibson, even though Taj had ended up leaving them anyway. They shouldn't have got rid of Jimmy Butler. He has superstar potential. Y'all don't see that for him? Fuck y'all. Suck his dick. Because now we're going to be making bigger moves in a different place and doing even better things. Y'all can't be afford to be up in his shoes. Please tell me y'all not trying to talk to him after he goes out there and does his thing. Because if y'all talk to him, y'all are some pussies. Let me calm down. That's all I have to talk about with these 2K ratings. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things I see flaw with the ratings that they posted. Whether it be players who aren't all that getting overhyped or players who are much better than they say getting underhyped. Dynamic duos should definitely be brought to every team. Not just my career, but my team, my GM. Teams should have their own dynamic duos. Dynamic duos make the game a lot more interesting, and there's a lot of dynamic duo pairs on each team. It's not fair to limit them to just one person. So, let us know down in the comments how you feel about what I had to say and what you think. Because there's a lot going on in the NBA, going on in 2K because of what's going on in the NBA. Let us know. We really want to know. Because right now, I'm just telling you, this is a historic, very historic offseason. And I'll be damned if the goddamn regular season isn't as historic as this offseason. Because they have been making great moves. This is a game of chess played at its finest. And it's all about who gets that checkmate. You'll never know who gets that checkmate. Because look at what happened. There was only one team that didn't get swept. You know why they didn't get swept? Because they had motherfucking IT on that team. Doing his thing. Avery Bradley doing his thing. Horford doing his thing. That's all I gotta say. Let me know. Because if I talk about this any longer, I'm going to get riled up. And let's just say this video might go on forever. So, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe. And this is actually going up on 2 accounts. This is going up on my personal account at Alex Harris, which is also Ace Gaming, and it's going up on Newbreeds Entertainment. Check out both videos. Subscribe to both channels. I have more gaming, but I am going to be posting with them because those are my boys, and we are doing our things. And we're going to be giving y'all daily entertainment. I'm going to talk about stuff like this more. So let me know down in the comments what you think. All right. Peace, guys.